welcome back to Harry Has a Cocktail, episode 52. I am coming to you once again from Westchester in upstate New York. Most New Yorkers know that upstate isn't really this area. Upstate is more like Syracuse and Buffalo and all that kind of stuff. But those of us who live in Manhattan like to think of anything north of Manhattan as upstate. So I'm coming to you from upstate New York. Upstate Manhattan, really. Today I'm bringing you the second in a series of Creme de Menthe cocktails. Now today's drink is the Grasshopper. The Grasshopper has actually been around for a very long time, since 1919, believe it or not. It was first served in a restaurant in New Orleans, in a restaurant whose name I'm not even going to try to pronounce. Here it is. I don't know how to pronounce it. You do your best. This is a very simple, easy drink to make. It's quite indulgent. It's a drink that is sort of categorized as a dessert cocktail. Not sort of. It is a dessert cocktail. This drink is actually sort of low on the alcohol, but high on the sweetness. If you happen to be watching your weight, as I am right now, because, you know, that pandemic 15, that's kind of it was a real thing for me. But I have to bring my drinks to the people. I got on this Creme de Menthe kick, thank you Heidi, and I'm obligated to present it. So here we go. Here are the ingredients for a Grasshopper. First, we have Creme de Menthe, the green kind. Creme de Menthe comes in both green and white. With the white, you still get the mint taste, but you don't get the green color. For the Grasshopper, of course, stands to reason, we are going to use the green. Next, we have Creme de Cacao. Much like Creme de Menthe, Creme de Cacao also comes in two colors, white and brown. And for the Grasshopper, we wanted to turn a nice light green color. I thought I'd put a little bit of green over here, just as a sort of green accent to our green cocktail today. So here's just a little plastic plant. Next, we have light cream. This is going to make it a nice, creamy, frothy drink. And finally, we have shaved chocolate. Little chocolate shavings here. I decided to use a very dark chocolate to kind of offset the sweetness of the Creme de Menthe and the Creme de Cacao. This is going to rim the outside of the cocktail glass, which we are going to do first. Let's rim the edge of the cocktail glass, shall we? Here we go. So to rim the outside of the glass, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit of the Creme de Cacao. Usually when you rim the outside of a glass, say for a margarita and you're putting salt on the outside, you'll just use a little bit of the citrus, the lime, and then dip it in the salt. What we're gonna do here is I'm going to take a little plate here and I'm just gonna put like a little bit, a capful, just like in the edge of a plate. It's just a plate. You can see it's a plate. And I'm going to get my chilled martini glass out of the freezer. Oh, it's so chilly. This is a nice little plate to use because it has these ridges on the outside. And I'm just gonna run this through just around the edge so that it's wet with the liqueur. Now, you could also use the Creme de Menthe to do this, but I figured, you know, why not use the chocolate, since the next step is we are going to dip this rim into the shaved chocolate and just go around the edge. And voila, there we have our rimmed glass. I'm going to put this back into the freezer until I need it to strain the drink into. Okay, now that I have the rimmed glass, every time I say rimmed glass, anyway, I now have the rimmed glass back in the freezer, and now I'm going to start making the drink. Here is how you make a Grasshopper. First, fill your cocktail shaker with a crap ton of ice. The proportions of this drink are very easy to remember because it's 3 equal parts. First, we are going to add 3/4 of an ounce of Creme de Cacao. 3/4. Next, 3/4 of an ounce of Creme de Menthe. 3/4. And finally, 3/4 of an ounce of light cream. 3/4. Now, shake the crap out of it until it's nice and cold, about 15 seconds. Okay, now strain it into your chilled, rimmed martini glass. Oh, it's so chilly. And rimmed. Oh, look at that. Oh, that is green goodness. And it's frothy. Okay, let's try the Grasshopper. Well, I have to say, it's delicious. It actually is quite delicious. The first thing it reminds me of actually is one of my favorite ice creams, which is mint chocolate chip. It tastes like mint chocolate chip ice cream, basically. Yeah, that's a Grasshopper. It also tastes a little bit like a peppermint patty maybe, but I have to say, it mostly tastes like mint chocolate chip ice cream. It is completely a dessert cocktail. So, Delina, you will love this. I mean, you have to like mint chocolate chip. And actually, my husband actually doesn't like mint things so much. So, Sean, I don't think you'll like this very much at all. Sorry, there's a bug. I'm really glad that I used the dark chocolate around the rim. It kind of is a nice counterbalance to the sweet, sweet, sweet. This is very sweet, like more milk chocolatey, I'm feeling, the creme de cacao. This is a hit. I'll tell you right now, I really like this. I mean, if I would have to be in the mood for a sweet dessert cocktail. And actually tonight, I actually was, which is why I went ahead and made this. This is really delicious. If I can, I'm gonna see if I can figure out a way to find out what the calorie content of this would be, and I'll put it up here on the screen. You probably have a little bit less calories in this than you'd have certainly with a pint of Ben & Jerry's ice cream, and you're getting a little bit of an alcoholic kick with the whole thing. And honestly, with those proportions, 3/4, 3/4, and 3/4, this isn't a very big drink. I mean, I'm gonna be done with this in a flash. So, I highly recommend. All right, that's the Grasshopper. Thanks as always for watching Harry is a Cocktail, and we'll see you back here next time. Cheers.